flute player, and I hadn't ever heard opera or been to opera, but my flute teacher made me sing my etudes. So she made me take voice lessons, and then my voice teacher put me in some like opera workshop like really quickly. So I did a scene from The Marriage of Figaro. And that was my first opera memory, standing there singing my face off, not really knowing what was going on or why I was there. But then my mom took me to LA Opera to see The Marriage of Figaro, and I was just blown away.
My first opera memory was when I was 3 years old. The University of Minnesota did a production of Aaron Copland's The Tenderland at a family farm, and so they used this beautiful family farmhouse to do the entire opera. And I remember the main character's name is Lori, and my mother's name is Lori, so all my family growing up always said that I would sing to my mom during the show, and that was one of my very first opera memories.
My first operatic memory would be with my original teacher when I was 15 or 16 years old, and she said to me after we had like worked for the first time and I was really tired after the whole thing, and she was like, "Have you actually ever seen an opera?" And I went, "Nope." And I hadn't at the time. All I knew was musicals. I knew the music as everybody does, but from commercials. But so she popped in a video of her doing Amneris and Aida. She was a mezzo soprano, and it was like one of those things like, that is ridiculous. This thing is like the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. And yeah, I'd like to do some of this. This would be fun.
First opera memory was trying to learn to read music when I was 19. Getting ready to go to college. I was going to study musical theater, but because of my scholarship, I had to audition for the operas. And in the first semester, they were doing 2 English language operas. I had to audition. I thought, hey, this might be a good thing for me to do. I was trained operatically to do musical theater, but I still didn't read any music. So I was teaching myself to read music, to do a modern aria from Odyssey's Tempest. Not Odyssey's Tempest, sorry. Hoybe's Tempest. 2 tempests out there, folks. It was really, really frustrating. But then I started to discover like why opera was so amazing and beautiful, thanks to Lee Hoybe's Be Not Afeared. And yeah, it ended up going well. The audition went well, in case anyone's wondering.
So when I was in high school and I was doing all of this MT, I was really trying to find where I could fit in the musical theater world. This teacher that I had was just this glorious 80-year-old diva. When I went into her house for my first voice lesson, she had a painting on her wall of a production of Marriage of Figaro that she did when she was the Countess, and they had made this glorious, gigantic painting of her that they let her keep. And I remember thinking, oh, I want to do that. I want people painting things of me. But it was so cool and so exciting. And then getting it more into that music, having someone lead me who was so passionate about it, the doors were blown wide open for me. Seeing someone who loved it so much that they had all this memorabilia in their house and they still loved it and carried it with them, it really spoke to me.